Hello everyone and welcome back to another National League Roundup. The second one of these on the channel. You guys seem to enjoy the last one, so let's keep doing it and let's dive straight in. There's no time to waste. Let's get into the game. That's what we're here to talk about. And we start with Barnet against Rochdale, and I thought this was a real potential banana skin for Barnet because they had been struggling. If we just go on the game and see on their games here, as we say, the last two they lost. Solihull 4-3 and against York 3-1. 7 goals conceded in those two. And Rochdale, as you can see, they're up in 6th. I believe they were actually higher than that before the game. They were 5th before the game kicked off. So very much a potential banana skin for them. But they dominated the game. Took a 2-goal early lead. Perhaps faded a little bit, and maybe the game management in terms of subs, could have been. I don't want to say stronger, but. Obviously they did use them more because Stead had to come off, but it did just fade a little bit. Maybe they're a little bit tired, and they did play in the week, but they have got a strong squad and they are utilising it. So I've got no worries really about them. As I say, really utilising the squad. Jordan Cropper coming in. They've got players across the board who can play in all those positions. They've got a really flexible squad. Bailey Hobson in particular was really strong. Rochdale, for them, disappointing. They didn't really turn up in the first half. Got back into it, but not quite enough to get themselves 3 points. Not too disappointing to go to Barnet and lose, in all fairness. Braintree against Sutton. It's another 1-0 loss for Braintree. They don't score many. They don't concede many either. They are in the relegation zone. They've only conceded 19. They've only scored 11. Sutton up in 12th. 24 scored, 24 conceded. 6 won, 6 lost. They're very up and down, very middle of the road for me, Sutton. And Braintree haven't got enough, I guess, creativity in the final third. They've got some good players in that final third, but they've not got quite enough creativity to really get over the line. A couple of Barnet loanies in there doing well, but all in all, and it's got plenty of experience. I mean, what experience sort of spine they've got in this Braintree side, especially when Jamal Fifield came on. But I just think that there's something not quite clicking offensively. They're in every single game, so you've got to give them credit for that. But a good result for Sutton away from home. I do see them as a mid-table team, though. As we move forward, another team I see as a mid-table team is Eastleigh, who've got a 95th minute equaliser. They are 1 point ahead of Sutton. They've conceded 1 goal less than Sutton and have just drawn 1 more game than them instead of losing. So they're practically parallel sides, and Boston are in a similar position to Braintree, but very, very different. Conceded 10 more. For me, Boston aren't as strong as Braintree, I'll be honest. If you just look at their team, they've got some good players and some experience in there. Some very, very good players. Gyro, Keaton Ward, even ex-Notts players like Wealdstone and Sam Osborne in there. But for me, on the whole, it looks very much like a National League North team. I think Braintree have got a side that could compete at the level, and also a defensive record that could compete. But I think the fact that they conceded late on, I know it was a penalty, but they were down to 10 men Eastleigh, and they got back in the game. For me, that should be 3 points that Boston got. So they may look back on that one as 2 points dropped. And talking of 2 points dropped, Wealdstone. I have to talk about Wealdstone. What a result it was for them in the week. A huge win for Matt Taylor and his side. Beating Braintree, we spoke about 3-2. Uncharacteristic of Braintree to concede that many, but Wealdstone did really well at the Vale. Travelled to Ebbsfleet, who are right at the bottom of the table, as we can see. Lost more games than they've done, they've drawn and won put together. But Wealdstone went there 2-0 up after 70 minutes, 2-0 up going into the 86th minute, and somehow managed to squander that lead. It's disappointing if you're a Stones fan, to be honest. Matt Taylor felt like he bought himself some time in the week. I don't know what this result does. It's a good point on the road, I suppose, but considering the context of who they're playing and the fact they led, it looks like 2 points dropped. So a difficult one for me, and one where, when you really assess it, 2 points dropped for Wealdstone. Moving on then, another late show in the next game. It's at the top of the table though. It's York, and we have to talk about the cliche that this is what champions do, but let's be honest, it is. Halifax led 1-0 heading into the 90th minute. Not York's strongest performance of the season by any stretch of the imagination. But when you've got a defence as strong as theirs, but also couple that with the fact that Halifax don't score many, you've always got a chance to get back in the game. Malachi Walcott got the equaliser, and then Ollie Pearce with the winner. You see some of the scenes of the use of football in terms of the limbs in the away end. Absolutely brilliant scenes for them, and York, yet another win for them. I mean, they don't lose many anyway, so when they got that equaliser, it felt like, okay, they're right back in this and they're going to avoid defeat. But if they go on and win it, it shows huge heart and character, and it's why they are where they are. I mean, they're right up there in the mix. They're title contenders, no shadow of a doubt. I mean, are they title favourites at the moment? They're top of the league. They beat Barnet in the week. They come back and show character here. Fantastic. And for Halifax, it's the same story really. They're a mid-table team, unfortunately, who don't score enough goals. They've got a similar record in terms of results to Eastleigh and Sutton, who we've spoken about. Better defensive record than them, but also a much worse offensive record than them as well. So disappointing for them. We talk about late goals. We go to another game with another late goal. Owen Hosseini with the winner for Gateshead, beating Solihull. A really good result for them. Solihull were in the playoffs before the game, and Gateshead up to 4th in the table. Hosseini, of course, an excellent player. And you look at that side, Carl Magnay has got a really good team on his hands. Disappointed for Solihull that didn't get more out of it, I suppose, but it's a really tough place to go. Gateshead, they're a really good side. This is two really good teams, but again, showing that real character. Gateshead are title contenders, there's no question about it. Yes, they're of the 4 teams that are right up there, or maybe 5, even Oldham. You probably put Gateshead as least likely to do it, based purely probably on resources and an experience of the management team. But Carl Magnay is a great coach, and he's getting the best out of this squad. Didn't have to use all their subs. They rotated. They're looking really strong, and that is a really good result. Puts them up into 4th, above Rochdale, who are obviously a very good side, but Gateshead looking strong and also strong defensively. A clean sheet against a Solihull team who, they've got Jack Stevens in the team. He's been free-flowing. He's been scoring plenty of goals. Got a brace against Woking, goal and assist against Barnet, goal and assist against Oldham, goal against Dagenham. So broke that record, that run that he was on, and a very good result for Gateshead. Talking of good results, Hartlepool, we scroll down a little bit here to the bottom end of the table. A good result for them. Managerless Hartlepool continue to pick up some decent results and maintain this has got potential in this side. There is potential. And they don't concede many. Another clean sheet for them. They only conceded 16 this season, and they've got Manny Diaz-Saruve up front. He's got 7 in 13. The guy is a goal scorer. I mean, if you see him and play against him, or not that I've ever played against him, but I've seen defenders try and play against him. My word, it must be tough. Strength, size, heading ability, he's got it all there, and he knows where the back of the net is as well. And a brace for him. Adam Campbell playing in behind him. Just seems to be working a lot better. This team is built for, other than Diaz-Saruve, who's obviously a tall target man type figure. This is a technical side. They've got some technical players who can play on the deck, and they need to do that whilst maintaining some great aerial threat. A clean sheet for Brad Young in goal. Really pleased for him. He's top lad. Aldershot, bit of a worry. I think they'll be fine this season. I don't think there's too much of a worry of the drop, and they're 5 points clear of it. It's so difficult when you have such a magical season the season before, when you've got 2 brilliant players in Lawrence Talladge and Josh Stokes, both left by the way, but magical season where everyone clicks, everyone's together, the fans, the management, everything. So it's difficult. Marco Juhas in goal, looking like a great signer by the way, great goalkeeper. But it's difficult to keep that mojo going, and so yeah, Tom Richardson, it's hard for him to pick up his troops and rally them to go again, but I guess that's what needs to happen. It's tough at the moment, but they'll be fine. I just think this season will be a season of consolidation after such a good campaign last year. Oldham are right up there, and they're going about their work quietly. I've said that a few times, but they really are. They've only lost 2 games this season, which again, I always look at games lost. The only team that's lost less is York. They're tough to beat. It was a disappointing result against Maidenhead in the week, but it felt like that was going to happen because that's the type of game Maidenhead get points from. If we go on to this game against Dagenham, might find up with the goal. They've got a good side. They've got a really good team. If you just look at it, it's a really strong 11, and they've got good players off the bench as well. Craig Bullen, Otis Khan, Josh Kay got sent off, but Kane Drummond's up front for them. So they've got that quality. They're hard to beat. And I think they look like a good side. Mickey Mellon knows how to get teams to win. Dagenham, I said it the other week, I can't tell who the most underrated team in this league is, and I have stumbled upon who it is, and then we'll get on to them. It's not Dagenham, they are right up there. Not quite clicking for me. They do look the best out of those mid-table pack, and look, they've got a +9 goal difference. Like, that's strong. That is strong. It's stronger than Yeovil, who are in 7th, stronger than Oldham even. So there is potential in this team. They just need to pick up some more points. But I think if they keep going, they will get there. Ben Strevens is onto something there. Just maybe, again, a season away from doing that. I know Dagenham always feel like they're a season away, but maybe they are. And maybe this time that is true. Southend, good win for them, much needed, with kind of the atmosphere around the club. Over Tamworth, who they leapfrog. Not too much to say about this one, to be honest. I guess at home against Tamworth, you'd expect them to get all 3 points. Professional performance, 2-0 win. Tamworth still confident they're going to be good this season, but didn't quite click for them. You know, went 2-0 down fairly early, and I think they did well to actually, for damage limitations. You know, who knows? Goal difference could be crucial this season. So to go into kind of damage limitation mode, it was kind of fair for them. But yeah, Southend, a good result for them, and Kevin Hart buys them a little bit of, not time, he didn't need time, but hopefully he buys them a little bit more credit back with the fan base, which, I know, personally for me, he shouldn't have lost in the first place, but it happens in football. But a good result nonetheless. And talking of good results, Woking, this would have been a good result before the game. I think the fact that Forest Green went down to 10 men after 20 minutes, you probably leave the game a little bit disappointed if you're a Woking fan, especially as they went 1-0 down. It just sums them up for me. Like, they just haven't got enough goals in the team. So you're playing against 10 men. Okay, Forest Green are a very, very good side, but Woking have only scored 18 goals this season. Forest Green haven't conceded many, so it's fair enough, but they were down to 10. Like I said, Ryan Ennis sent off, Ben Tozer brought on, and they shut up shop and maybe almost nicked a result with a 1-0, but a disappointing result if you're a Woking fan, that's for sure. And just on Forest Green as well, a really good result for them. When you're down to 10 men, I have to say. Second in the table, one of the title contenders. And again, that is what team, I mean, this man is quality, by the way, Charlie McCann. What an absolutely quality player he is. A class act. But that's what we spoke about York, the cliche, that's what champions do. But down to 10 men away at Woking, could have gone badly for them. So to get out of there with a point, that's what champions do as well. And only lost the 2 games this season. Steve Cottrell is a winner. He knows how to win. A bit like Mellon at Oldham. This guy's a seasoned, experienced manager. And Forest Green in a good position. I think they will probably look at that as a better result. Before the game, that would have been a better result for Woking. And that's why context is so important. Underrated teams. Yeovil on the side, I think we've stumbled upon who are the most underrated team in this league. If you asked anyone kind of without looking at the league table, what do you think of Yeovil? They'd probably say, yeah, they're a decent side, but they're up in 7th. You know, they're playoff contenders this season. Aaron Jarvis has finally hit the ground running. You know, he's finally up and running and getting those goals, and that is probably the key difference. He's got 3 in his last 3 with an assist in there as well. They need a goal scorer. They need someone who's going to get them those fine margins, because Yeovil are always in the game. Don Bernard has been brilliant, by the way. Dominic Bernard has been absolutely fantastic, so really happy for him as well. Been a great signing for them. But this team is very solid, and it's down to the coach, Mark Cooper. He deserves a lot of credit. He didn't get enough credit, in my opinion. Play a good style, a lot of possession, a little bit reminiscent of Rochdale, and the stats are very similar. Rochdale have scored a few more goals because they've got Kyron Mitchell, who's been prolific this season. Aaron Jarvis maybe will start catching up a little bit. But if you look at those stats, they keep possession, and therefore the opposition team can't have the ball, and therefore they can't score. So, whilst it's not a possession-based style like a Barnet, which is a possession with a purpose of attacking, they keep the ball, and they do try and work at openings, but they're a bit more measured with it, and they try and a bit more patient, and they try and manipulate the opposition's shape rather than attack them at pace. But it means the opposition haven't got the ball, and therefore it gives you defensive solidity as well. beat Maidenhead. I'm not going to wax too lyrical because I think beating Maidenhead at home was kind of expected of them. Maidenhead down in that relegation mix and could get dragged into it, although they did get a good result in the week. But I just think Yeovil are being overlooked somewhat, and they have got a very, very good team. And then finally, we finish with the TV game. Altrincham, they travelled to Fylde. Regan Linney, hat-trick, first half hat-trick. If you've not seen the first 2 goals, wow, they are stunning. Quite similar, actually, from the left-hand side of the box. Curling them top corner. Again, you can find that on my page. But wow, great goals for them. Nick Horton on the bench. Don't really get what's going on there. For me, he has to start if he can. I get that maybe he's not 100% fit or whatever, but you know, he's such a key player for them that he has to get in that team next week. Kevin Phillips has already said that he needs 4 or 5 bodies in the building, and losing 5-0, yeah, you probably do react in that way. Kevin Phillips needs time, but maybe the issues at Fylde are deeper rooted than we thought. 36 goals conceded, level with Ebbsfleet. No other side really anywhere near them. Defensively, they're not great. Going forwards, they're okay. I mean, they're very reliant on Nick Horton to get goals. They've scored 20 this season. Nick Horton, I believe he has more than 6. I think that's wrong. But either way, he's contributed to a lot of their goals. He definitely got more than 6 goals. Yeah, I mean, there you go. He's got 11. I don't know why it says he's got 6. But either way, he's got a lot of their goals, over half of them. So they do need to find more sources of goals. But Altrincham, Phil Parkinson have been saying we're going to batter a team soon, and just like that, they're back in the mix. They were very much a mid-table, like an Eastleigh, like a Sutton, like a Dagenham, and they've still got a similar record to that. The difference between them and other teams is, look at this team, they've got the potential in this side. Regan Linney leading the line, Newby out on the either behind the striker or out wide, got goals from him as well, and they're a very good team. They've got a great coach in Phil Parkinson. They play a great passing brand of football, very attacking. And maybe it took him a little bit of time to adjust to not playing with Chris Clark because he was the main man for them. Maybe it just took a little bit of time to adjust, and now they're going to start mounting that challenge for the playoffs again, because they can 100% finish inside those playoffs. There we have it then, guys. That is your National League Roundup for the weekend. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. It was the last National League one for a little while because obviously you've got the FA Cup coming up. But you know, as it stands, very finely poised. You've got your top 5, 30 points up to 35, so only 5 points between the top 5 at the moment. Some very good sides in this league, some not so good sides, but I would say more so the level of the league is very even this season. Really exciting. There's plenty of great teams to talk about. I hope you guys will enjoy me doing so on more of these roundups. If you have enjoyed it, do comment down below and let me know. Let me know what team or what game you watched at the weekend, if you did watch any. If you could like the video, that would massively appreciated. And if you could subscribe, that would be huge. We're on the way to 500. We're nowhere near it at the moment, but we are on the way there, which will be halfway to 1,000, which would be a massive milestone for me and the channel. So I'd be so appreciative of that. And I am appreciative of the support so far. It has been fantastic. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys next time.